second one of that.
Don't start the pod like that.
I'm not, dude.
Be excited. Be happy.
I am excited.
Get your stupid bottle out of the chute.
It's not.
Fucking poor person.
And I walk on the main road like a poor person.
Yeah, I remember you when you doing that.
Welcome. Actually, no. Let's start that over. Welcome, everybody, to the 1 of 32 podcast. I am your host, Don, sitting here with my wonderful co-host, KP. KP, say hello to the people.
Birds Nation, you know what day it is. It's Victory Tuesday.
Victory Tuesday. Rhymes with Taco Tuesday. We should get tacos after this.
I was repping my taco socks today. I was repping my taco socks at work, baby. Taco Tuesday. Any excuse.
I love me some tacos, senor.
Yeah, we should get some tacos. Anyway.
I just saw something quite interesting, Christopher, and I want to break the news to you right now. And maybe you already know about it, and I'm behind the times, but it is what it is, man. I'm just going to have to accept myself for who I am. I'm tardy Dons. I'm always tardy. I'm the tardiest of the tards.
What news could Don's be breaking?
Breaking report. One Philadelphia, newly acquired Philadelphia Eagle, just reported into the Birds saying that he has decided to step away from football to decide how his career is going to go from this point on. Jair Alexander walks away from the game of football, and we lose another cornerback that we traded for. I wonder, do we get our draft pick back?
I'm pretty sure we do. Now, supposedly his knee wasn't right. That's why he didn't play. He was still ailing some sort of knee injury, but I don't know, Dons. You know more about football than I. Aren't we supposed to go through, I don't know, a health screening, a doctor's appointment, make sure this guy is good to go before we do the trade? I don't know. It's definitely a little odd.
In a beautiful world, that would be the case. However, there's the real world that we live in where people lie constantly, lying and telling non-truth socials. So, yeah, I don't know if this is real or not, but I just read a report while I was looking at my phone saying Jair Alexander steps away. Are you mad, indifferent, or you don't care?
No, I do care. Last week, I thought he was going to be our number 2. I was saying I don't care because I'm so, excited to talk about this win, and he wasn't even there. He didn't help us, so I'm like, let's talk about this win, but I'll hold the excitement for now.
Well, I had to tell you the breaking news.
No, I know. I'm glad you did.
Breaking news with Dons.
Breaking news. I like that.
News.
We're going to hold on to that.
If your news doesn't even break, then what the hell is wrong with you?
We're going to turn that into a little clip, Dons. I like that. Every time we have breaking news now, we're going to hit the Dons breaking news. But Jair Alexander, I thought he would be our number 2. Maybe a mistake by me, but it's what we've seen with Ringo. And I'm just not happy with the number 2 corner position, so I was hoping he'd be a savior. Probably false hope, false thinking.
Did Michael Carter play last night?
No.
I didn't think so either.
Nope. But you know who did? Jalen Phillips.
He
was all over the field, Don.
He was tremendous. What a tremendous acquisition. Before we get there, let's announce, obviously, news that is not news to the world. The Philadelphia Eagles move on to 7-2 after beating the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field, bringing the pain on defense, nailing a game winner. Psych, just kidding. We ended up winning 10-7. Who nailed it is my co-host KP, who said exactly to the T that we were going to win by 3. Chris, how do you do it?
I was looking at our notes from last week, Dons, and last week's episode, I think I put 27-21, but then when you and I were texting about it before the game, I'm like, I think Birds by 3. But
yeah,
not a blowout. like we like one of
They
our
should have won by
co-hosts
17.
thought.
I predicted a 17-point win,
Yes.
and we should have won that game by 17 points. That was ass. That offensive performance was ass.
Preach, Dons, preach.
And at the same time, it still wasn't that bad. It was just that bad in the wrong moments.
I got a bunch of texts and messages today and all kind of communication from friends saying, man, what a boring game last night.
Friends or haters.
What a boring game.
I'm glad you bring this up.
I don't think it was boring at all.
I didn't think it was boring at all either.
I love defense.
I was pumped for the whole game.
Give me defensive stops. Give me big third downs.
On both sides.
Dons.
On both sides.
Doesn't that turn the game into like every play seems to mean more?
I love it.
As opposed to like, well, they're going to score on the next drive, then we're going to score again. So does it really matter? We don't know who is going to score in this game.
That's exciting too, but a 10-7 game is freaking sick because every single play counts. You know that points are so fleeting that if the other team, if Green Bay would have went up 7, I had such little confidence that the Eagles were going to drive down the field. Our defense needed to step up, and it certainly did all week long. Well, all game long. All night long. All night. Oh, yeah. Tell me Jordan Love can't throw a football. Anyways,
Can't throw it. Can't hold on to it.
Yeah, Jordan Love. I don't know. Like I said before, not impressed with Jordan Love. But also, on the flip side, Jalen Hurts didn't have a great game either.
No, he did not, Dons. It was an ugly game for Hurts. 15 for 26, 183 yards. He did have a late touchdown to Smitty, but to me, it was that ugly fumble in the first quarter.
Ugh,
Driving.
I was so mad.
Driving?
That fumble was caused and only caused by Jalen Hurts' indecisive nature in that moment. He should have known where the first down marker was and gotten down instead of... Honestly, no, I can't say it because we're under 15 minutes, but he was running so insecurely. It really ticks me off because usually he's pretty good at making decisions.
Yep.
And for some reason, this game, it just felt like he was all over the place with his decision-making skills. Not that they were awful, but if he just slides and gets down, there's no opportunity to punch that ball. And it's a game of inches, right? So that half a second or millisecond that you get gives the opportunity for whoever the hell it was to punch that ball out and really flip the tide, which sucks because the offense was cruising down the field, abusing the Green Bay Packers. And if we don't fumble there, we're easily scoring 6.
I think we were either in the red zone, Dons, or damn near close to it.
No,
so
we
talk
were in
about,
it. With the run, we were like right at the borderline edge.
Talk about a gut punch for sure. Now, the other thing I want to talk about on that play, Dons, is it's 3rd and 8, and Jalen is in empty. Empty meaning nobody's in the backfield with him. I said it out loud watching the game with my parents. Shout out to my parents for buying me this Eagles hat. Not breast cancer awareness, but cancer awareness month, whatever. I'm watching the game, and I said, it's 3rd and 8. If they get into empty, watch Hurts running. And as soon as he went into empty, he immediately took off. Now, we were watching the play.
I knew it was going to be that QB draw. 1,000% with you.
Yes, Dons. If we know it, the defense knows it.
No, you say the defense knows it, but did you see I forgot what defensive end it was, but he was like crossing his arms, calling the cross, like saying, like, watch out for the crossing pattern.
Yeah.
They had no idea that he was. How do you not know Jalen Hurts was going to take that up the middle?
That's just because we're Birds fans, Dons. We've been watching him.
Blows my mind. So dumb.
So, yeah, big turnover. Gut punch in the first quarter. For me, Dons, the first quarter went by so fast.
The whole
long
game,
drive.
for the most part. Except for the fourth quarter. The whole game went by so fast.
But I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate when the game's going by fast. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, it's already second quarter, 5 minutes left. Like, what's going on
It's
here?
because you wanted it so hard.
I know.
That's why. It's like when you're finally with the babe that you wanted to be a babe with the whole time, and you're just like,
this is it.
oh, I need some Energizer batteries or something to see.
I need something from the gas station.
The juices going, way.
I need some more coffee.
Or LA. Anyway, funny enough, as bad as Jalen Hurts played, which wasn't the worst performance either. No turnovers other than the fumble. So I guess I can't say no turnovers.
Well, we could just give credit to the defense, Downs.
Yes.
2 great defenses.
No, disagree. Still under 30 passing attempts. I know I've been telling you this forever, but when we throw the ball less than 30 times, we almost always get a dub. And even with the bad performance or mediocre performance, I would say lackluster performance. Let's go with lackluster performance. Yeah. We still get the job done, man. Going 50 for 26. Jalen Hurts obviously connecting to your boy Smitty, the Slim Reaper. Underthrown ball again by Jalen, but Smitty with the great reaction time. Maybe AJ Brown take notes. Did I say that? Oh my.
Damn, bro.
We're still out here winning games 7-2 against a good team with a good defense. You're right.
Yep.
But I still can't help but feel like, was Green Bay's defense that good, or did we do it to ourselves? Because I still constantly feel like the only way the Eagles lose right now is when we play out of character, which maybe it is our character, and we just do dumb shit to lose the game. Like, I think the Birds are the ones that beat themselves. How do you feel about the Eagles after this victory?
It's a double-edged sword, Dons, meaning, yeah, our offense sometimes struggles to find its identity, but also, I guess the other side of that is the Eagles can win in multiple ways.
Yeah.
We can beat you like we beat the Rams. Getting blown out early, throw it all over the yard, victory, blocked kick.
True.
Or we can run the ball. Saquon's had a great game this year. He's had some good games this year. The thing that stuck out to me, Dons, is no part of the offense was great. We didn't throw the ball. We didn't run the ball well. We didn't block particularly well. No explosive plays. We'll get to A.J. Brown, but usually it's like, okay, you know what? Hurts didn't have a good game, but Saquon, he was unbelievable today. Or, hey, you know, man, they really stopped the run, but look at Hurts in that offense, and Smitty and Goddard's going, and A.J. Brown's going. By the way, Dons, quick second on Dallas Goedert. He's been our best player on the offense this year. I mean, better than Saquon, better than A.J. Brown. Smitty's had some really, really like ceiling games where he's unbelievable, but to me, Goddard's been unbelievable.
He's
this
missed
season.
the consistency. He's
Right?
the guy that we can rely on to continue to move the chains and make the dirty play. I mean, not that Smitty hasn't been doing that, because a lot of his catches have been very contested, and shout out Smitty. But as far as the impact of being a game changer, Dallas Goedert has been the one. I mean, I've been telling people for years now, Dallas Goedert is one of the best tight ends in the NFL, and I would put him top 3 against anybody. Name another tight end that's better than Dallas Goedert right now.
It's just when he
and
plays,
I mean right now, like literally right now. Like Kelsey? No. George Kittle? No. Mark Andrews? No. McBride?
He's
I don't
good,
think as
but
total complete as Goddard.
yeah.
I think he's Goddard 2-3 years ago is what McBride is now.
Yeah, I think the thing for me, Dons, with Goddard is he's always getting hurt. And he's like, you're more surprised when he's playing or when he's not playing?
You say that, but he doesn't miss that much time. He misses like a game or two a season, but he doesn't miss extended time. Because I think we've been over this before. And if we had a producer, this would be a good time to be like, yo, run them stats, dog.
Insert here.
But we don't, because we are very unsuccessful at podcasting, and we will never have a producer.
I don't want to hear that noise at all, Dons. Where should we begin?
I'm just kidding.
Offense or defense, Dons? Where do you want to start?
Let's go defense.
You want defense first?
Yeah, there's a lot more positives to talk about. Now, early in the first quarter, we're chatting back and forth, texting each other because we didn't get to watch this game together. Shout out KP for helping me watch the game. I said to you, and I think it was a run where Josh Jacobs bounces outside and gets like a 13-yard gain on like a 3rd and 8 or something like that. And Jahad Campbell was playing outside linebacker, defensive end, whichever one you want to call it. I don't know. I'm not calling the packages. I just like my package. And Jahad Campbell does this thing where he's convinced that the ball is going to go inside. So he dips inside, gives away his outside leverage, and then tries to fight it back outside when he sees that it's an outside zone run, and completely just abandons his responsibility, lets up a huge play by Jacobs. And I want to say we got pretty lucky that the safety came down and made the tackle. Now, a couple plays after that, we have Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips.
We got 2 Jalens now.
Playing the same exact, technically 3.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about Carter. How could you? After last night, how could you forget about him?
I know. Jalen Phillips had a very similar play where they're like, okay, it worked before, let's attack the edge again. What happens? Number 50 yokes up the offensive tackle, gets beautiful extension from the outside shoulder in, and ends up shedding the block to make the play for like a gain of 2 yards. Talk about the difference between a wild rookie that has so much potential and an established vet in this league that knows the trick and pony games or whatever the hell the saying is, and ends up doing his job and then making a play. And that's a lesson that Jahad Campbell, I think, can take from this game is, all right, no matter what I think is going to happen, do my job and move on from there. And it's a big reason why CJ GJ keeps moving teams, because he doesn't do his responsibilities. So, that being said, let's get into Jalen Phillips. We traded a 3rd-round pick for your boy to come into the building, Chris. How'd you feel after seeing his first game performance as a Philadelphia Eagle?
I'll tell you what, Dons. He certainly looked rejuvenated.
Ugh,
he certainly
great.
looked like a brand new player.
He did.
He looked like we shaved about 3 or 4 years off his career. Bring him back to his rookie season. He was explosive. He was intentional. You mentioned that block shed play where he was mean, Dons.
Yeah.
Just moved that guy right out of the way. So
a real pro.
He made plays. He had an impact on the game. This is only his first game as an Eagle. He made a
You must love Vic.
after the game. Yeah, he played with him in 2 different places, Phillips did. But he was asked after the game, I guess he made a comment before playing about, like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's the best day of my life.
Yeah.
After the game, we asked him, was your wife okay with that? You're about to have a baby?
Yes.
He's like, my wife knows what I meant. Like, don't try to stir the pot. This is the best thing that's ever happened to my career.
Just you wait till we find out where we are. We're at 16 minutes and 40 seconds right now. Man, fuck them kids. Fuck your wife. It's about the football life. Jalen Phillips was anthro. Sometimes a man's got to be what a man is. This guy played out of his mind. He had a total, are you ready for it? 6 total tackles, 4 completely solo, 1 tackle for loss, and 1 QB hit, dude. That is, for somebody that just walked into the building a couple of days prior, that is a great performance. Tell you where he is 1, 2, 3. He is 4th on the leaderboard for productive defense on this Philadelphia Eagles team.
Big fumble recovery, Dons.
And a big fumble recovery. This man just knew how to get shit done. It was that veteran presence that I told you that we were looking for the whole season. And BG came in, obviously. He had some pretty good plays also, but you can't understate Jalen Phillips'
impact
on this team.
No doubt, Dons. I'm not going to debate you. I'm going to go a little bit bigger picture. We're going to get in a helicopter and fly a little bit higher and look at this team overall.
All right.
This is the island. Dons, a reminder of what last season was like for the Eagles.
Glad you said it.
Many games, this defense saved our ass. Turnovers, key stops, 4th down, turnover on downs, big sacks, big turnovers, and again, we saw it last night on Monday Night Football, Dons. You broke the play down a little bit just before. N'Kobe Dean forces a huge fumble on Jordan Love.
What an impact he's made.
We were watching the play before we potted, a little pre-show meeting, and Jordan Love, Dons, the fact that he even thought he was going to get rid of that ball, maybe in college you could do something like that, but to me...
Yo, N'Kobe Dean looked like the clingy ex-girlfriend, like, don't leave me!
Please don't leave!
No!
And Jordan Love's trying to hold on to the ball like...
Yeah.
So anyway, Phillips with a huge fumble recovery. The other thing, Dons, Ajomo and Phillips were monsters out there.
Beast.
Constant pressure, shedding blocks, stuffing the run. I don't know how many times I saw Josh Jacobs approach the line of scrimmage, and all I saw was Eagles. Oh, by the way, Dons, what'd you think about those black helmets we had on last night?
Pretty tight.
Thoughts on the black helmets? You like those?
Tight. I thought if I saw those black helmets, I would cross the street. And that's some advice the Green Bay Packers should have took, because our defense was all over the place. Those helmets were hard.
Weren't they cool?
They were so cool.
So to me,
can I tell you something?
What?
I am capping so hard right now, bro. I didn't even. I didn't even notice them.
What? Really?
I didn't even notice the helmets.
Come on. Oh, really?
I didn't even notice. They were
Oh,
black.
damn, bro.
I was just like, business as usual.
I thought it was so cool.
That's so cool. I didn't even notice
Especially,
that they were black. Because sometimes like our
night game.
midnight green in the nighttime like is pretty dark. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my bad, dogs. I didn't even recognize I wasn't familiar with your game.
You didn't see the black helmets, but no,
I didn't.
Big point, Don's. Jomo was everywhere. In the offseason in the summer, we talked about if the Eagles' defensive line is going to take a step this year and replace guys like Josh Sweat in Arizona, Milton Williams. Mm-hmm. You're welcome, Patriots fans. How's he playing for you this year?
Welcome.
You're welcome. Now, you did pay a lot for him, but
except you're
welcome. They did pay a lot for him, but
fight me, please don't.
Don't
Peace.
fight Don. He's strong.
Peace. No, I'm not strong. I am a weak, little, small man. Don't fight me.
So
sorry.
It's okay, Don.
Killing momentum.
Other than the front line dominance that I saw from Jomo and Phillips, one other name I'd like to mention, Dons, and the name is Quinyon Mitchell.
Oh, Q?
This guy.
What about Q?
Is turning into an all-pro corner.
My boy's Quiznos hot and ready.
He is turning into a superstar, Dons. I kid you not. He was like blanketing, shadowing these receivers. I'm going to bring you back to earlier in the season when we played Tampa Bay. He was all over Emeka Egbuka, the rookie for the Bucs, who's been uncoverable this year. Q absolutely locked him down, played one of the best games of the season for a defensive back against Tampa Bay in that great offense.
Yeah.
Transition now to the Green Bay game. No, they don't have a wide receiver one. No, they didn't have Tucker Kraft, but whoever Quinyon was covering, whether it's Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, I was going to say Jaden Reed, but I feel like he's out. Multiple times, Dons, Quinyon is glued to these guys. He is becoming an all-pro corner. It brings me back to his rookie season. We're in training camp, and what is Quinyon talking about? With less words, hey, you know what, man? Going up against A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith every day, if that don't make you better, iron sharpeth iron, then I'm in the wrong business. So yeah, Quinyon is an all-pro, Dons. He's absolutely on fire. I'm so happy that we drafted this guy. He's a quiet killer. No, he's not in the news. No, he's not in the media like Richard Sherman, but boy, can he ball.
He's the complete opposite of a James Bradbury. James Bradbury's always there, never makes the play. Q's always there and makes the play. But Q is king, no picks. King, no picks, Q. No pick Quinyon.
How many has he dropped this year? Probably
so
3.
many. And there was a couple this game that he should have had, but he just doesn't have the ball hawk instincts to like stick and plant and go get the ball.
All off season, all he talked about was like, yeah, I've been working on my ball skills, staying after practice, catching balls from the jugs machine. It don't seem like it, Don. I don't care. It's not showing.
I don't care. I don't care that he's not getting picks.
That's fine.
You?
I mean, turnovers are really big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be nice for him to, not only for his own personal stats, Dons, to like, move him up the rates.
But for the birds?
Or make him an all-pro, whatever. You have to get picks, but...
Contract?
I just think for the team, too, the defense. Like, our pass defense hasn't been great this year. It'd be nice to catch a couple of those balls, get us the ball, get us momentum, get the offense back on the field. So, I don't know how you turn this into a negative about Q. I was praising the guy, but you're right. He does need to work on his hands.
I'm just saying he doesn't catch the ball.
You're right.
Our defense has been completely different with the insertion of Nakobe Dean. Mm-hmm. He really brings the heat. And remember, everybody was talking about, including us, of like, oh, what are we going to do with Nakobe Dean? Well, I guess we'll just move on from him because we have Jihad. Nah, bro, we can't move on from Nakobe Dean. This guy is the heart and soul of this Philadelphia defense. How many times did you see Jacobs running like towards the sideline thinking, oh, here we go, here's a big run, and what? Nakobe Dean in the house, bro, just knocking the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Didn't go. Oh, wait, what?
No, I was just going to say, he came back from a big injury, Don, so for him to be flying around the field like this is incredible.
But he's been recovering for a long time because he was out since last season. Mm-hmm. And the rest of our defensive line, so reminiscent of our dominating, not even last year, because last year we had a great pressure, great pass rush, great team line. The year before that, when we were breaking records and we lost the Super Bowl, remember that?
Yep.
When we were having like, you know what I'm talking about?
72 sacks.
Yeah, we had so many sacks. That's what the D-line looked like last night. We had Brandon Graham's veteran presence, understanding what the offense is going to do to him, understanding that a jet sweep was coming his way. If BG doesn't make that tackle to the jet sweep when I forget exactly when it was, but they were going to break, he would have been gone for like at least 12 yards. You had Jalen Carter. While it might not jump out on a stat line, because if we look at Jalen Carter's stat line, it says 3 total tackles, 2 solos, 2 pass defenses, which was ginormous, 0 QB hits. Look at me. I am Jalen Phillips now. Jalen Carter's impact on this game was tremendous, dude. What a freaking force of nature. The dude's a beast. He just eats.
We've come such a long way, Dons, from week 1 and the spitting on Dak Prescott. I mean, he's one of those guys where he demands a double team, and if you don't, he's going to ruin the play. And even sometimes when you double team him, he still ruins the play.
I almost feel like these stats aren't right because Jalen Carter was in the backfield so freaking much, man. I just don't see how. Patrick Johnson was active? I didn't even know that. Look at that. Good for him.
To me, Dons, Carter, he was part of it, but Ajomo and Phillips really stood out too. We knew that the middle of the line was going to be good with Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. It was the edges that concerned at least me.
But don't underestimate the impact that those 2 pass defenses were.
Oh, yeah.
It completely killed Green Bay's momentum. And also, like, this man was still getting pressure while he was getting double teamed, freeing up a lot of other people. And shout out Nolan Smith coming back, playing a pretty solid game, almost getting a. Did they register that as a sack, or did they say he gained like a half yard?
I don't think it was a sack.
I don't think it was a sack, but half a yard. And then, dude, Jalix Hunt, I told you, having Phillips here was going to be beneficial for Jalix Hunt because he's going to be able to see what a pro does. He's going to get more breaks. He's going to be able to come into his own. And he played outstanding against a hurt and depleted Green Bay Packers defensive line, but nonetheless, dude, had a sack, 2 tackles for loss, 5 solo tackles, 5 total tackles, which is crazy, and 1 QB hit. I'll take those stats on a defensive end all day, especially your number 2 defensive end, potentially number 3. Jalix Hunt really came into his own against Green Bay. I hope we can get to see him replicate that next week against the Detroit Lions, which is a conversation for a later time. But let's not forget about the man who's been leading the charge defensively all year. And that is one Zach Bond, who seemed to have a quiet game, but leads the team in total tackles in 8. Bless you. And
thank you.
Had 5 solo tackles. So defense really coming to form. Vic Fangio, I think, executed almost a perfect game. Now, Chris, defensively, do you think we're in a better spot today than you were projecting where we would be, let's say, 3 weeks ago?
I saw some numbers on where the Eagles are pass defensive wise, like some of those pass defensive ratings, and it was a lot of 20s, 25s, 18s. So, no, Dons, I'm not. I don't know if I'll say I'm not happy with where we are, but considering we're in week 11, week 12, we're about 70% through the season. Like, you know who you are for the most part by now. I thought the pass rush would be more consistent. I know that Cooper's playing well this year, but I'm not really seeing him a lot out there. I'm not hearing his name a lot.
That's a good thing. If you don't hear a cornerback name, what does that mean?
He's not getting tested.
He's doing his job.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, you're giving your opinion, so let you finish.
I read today Cooper has only given up 2 plays of 20 yards or more. He's got 5 pass deflections. PFF had him as their all-pro slot corner, so he is playing great. But just to answer your question directly, Dons, no, we're not where I expected us to be. We're a little behind schedule. Now, we did just make 3 moves. One of them didn't work out with Alexander. But how we let the Eagles fans know and Eagles Nation know we needed to make some moves, he made them. I expect the Eagles defense to be much improved down the stretch, not just because of the schedule that we play. Yep. 2 games against Washington. We have a game, I want to say, we got 2 against Washington. Still one or two out of division games. Teams that should not be giving us a fight. So I expect the Eagles defense to be playing well when we need it, which is down the stretch downs. Let me throw it back to you. Are you happy with where our defense is compared to what you thought in the summer to where we are now?
So I take my comparisons from the summer and throw them out the window because nobody knows what's going to happen until the season starts. I thought our defense was going to struggle because we didn't have a clear number 2. I never believed in Keely Ringo, and I thought Adoree Jackson was potentially going to be a decent player for us. But from what we were seeing 3 weeks ago to now, I think this defense has made leaps and bounds progress compared to what they were. Now, I'm glad that you said something about the statistics of how our passing defense stands against the rest of the league. Stats don't always paint the perfect picture, right? They just help you get an understanding of where we were, and the story is told as we go. I think defensively, the Eagles are playing some of the most sound football that I've seen us play in a long time right now. See us play this week, at least against Green Bay. You had people flying around the ball. You had people playing with energy. You had people playing with aggression. You had people setting the tone against a team that's supposed to be on the upper echelon. Obviously, they come in. They're now 5-3-1. But they were 5-2-1 before the season. A lot of people picking Green Bay to be one of the favorites, which I think is stupid because I think their offensive weapons are kind of ass outside of their tight end and Josh Jacobs. Jordan Love, all that, be it mediocre. But the fact that our second cornerback position is starting to stabilize, or maybe these coordinators are just that stupid to not attack the number 2 corner position, which, again, I say, Brian Dable wasn't doing it, which bye-bye Dable, see you on the couch. Green Bay, Matt LaFleur didn't do it either. Like, that's such a glaring weak spot. Why are we not throwing there? Maybe we're just getting better play from the number 2 spot, and the plays aren't open. So I disagree. I think the pressure we're getting defensively, play recognition, it looks like everybody's studying the playbook. It looks like everybody's watching film. Moro Jomo on that stop on 4th down where Josh Jacobs ends up fumbling and he ends up shooting the gap because clearly out of this formation, if they run the ball, they're only running zone because where else are you going to go? Ojomo shoots the gap, makes the play, and then you have Reed Blankenship coming in to clean it up to cause a fumble, right?
Yep.
So I think we're playing much better than what I expected us to be honest. So I'm pretty happy with what I saw, and I think honestly this is only the beginning of the summit. I think we're at the bottom of Everest right now. We climbing up Kilimanjaro, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dons, the way this offense is playing, we're gonna need it.
Yeah. So offense is fleeting sometimes. And, dude, it was cold as hell. And you know them boys
20.
don't be liking them cold.
20.
Wait. I bet football players don't like playing in the cold sometimes, man. People do struggle. And Jalen Hurts wasn't throwing the ball well, and neither was Jordan Love. And, again, Jordan Love, I think, pretty mediocre. Okay. Last thing on the defense before we move on, unless you have something else for me.
No, just my quick note would be, where's Brandon Graham? Where is he? I watch him. I see him out there. I don't know, Don. Does he have anything left in the tank?
That's actually where I was going. Brandon Graham, I thought, played a phenomenal game, being his first game. Like I mentioned, that jet sweep that he stopped to get like a loss of 2 yards is something that a veteran does. He brings the hustle and the energy, and you saw that time and time again. Just because you don't get to the quarterback doesn't mean you're not impacting play, folks. There was a lot of the times BG was in the game in running situations where they didn't get much yardage because every gap was accounted for. Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on play recognition, and don't sleep on the intelligence side of things. I think BG had a great first game. Obviously, there's not a lot of stats to back that up, but again, the game is more than just the stats. So welcome back, Brandon Graham. I love seeing you there. Let's move on to special teams, because I want to start with and potentially end with, who the hell is Xavier Gibson? And why was he returning kicks for us?
Jets, fool. Jets drafted him, I think, or he was on the Jets. He was really explosive with them. I want to say last year. It might have been 2 years ago, but
had some good returns.
Yeah. He's got some speed, Downs.
On kick return, wasn't that impressed. But on punt return, I really loved what he did. There was one time where the Green Bay Packers almost pinned us inside our own 5-yard line. And Gibson ended up taking the ball up the field for 17 yards, really flipping the field position and allowing us to continue to play a defensive battle. So shout out Xavier Gibson. Was not familiar with the game. I did not know where you came from, but I'm glad that you added value to this Philadelphia Eagles team. And actually the run was 18 yards, so it wasn't 17, it was 18
he got
yards. Yeah, so glad to see it. Anything on special teams for the Birds?
I'm ready to talk about this offense, Downs. I've been ready to talk about it all day.
Oh, yeah, I got one more thing to say, special teams. Sorry. It was crazy how the refs were calling this game against the Eagles. I do think even Green Bay caught some strays that I thought were ticky-tack and didn't belong on the football field. But you have to admit, when whack-ass Troy Aikman goes on the broadcast and says, well, I guess they're just calling everything today, you know the calls have got to be pretty bad. And I'm talking about that one play where Keely Ringo, and I think we ended up pinning them inside the 10-yard line. I think maybe even inside the 5. They said Keely used the cornerback to propel himself forward. And, bro, he just went like this.
barely any
touches
contact.
them and called the flag. So the NFL's out of control. Let's move on and let's talk a little bit about Jalen Hurts led Philadelphia Eagles offense. Chris, take it away.
Well, Dons, we talked about it. First couple minutes of the pod, it was a gut punch in the first quarter. But to me, the first thing we need to talk about is that early mistake by Jalen Hurts. You broke down the play. Uncertainty, unsure about where to run, kind of choppy feet at the line, uncertain which gap to take, leads to a peanut punch. Folks, if you don't know what the peanut punch is about, go do some research. Charles Peanut Tillman. I don't know if he created it, but man, did he popularize it. But the ball was punched out. It's been a huge topic of conversation this year. Some people don't like that you have the ability to punch a player. Yes, you're going after the ball. But if the play ends and you punch somebody, you get a 15-yard penalty and you're kicked out of the game. But if the play is going, you're allowed to punch somebody.
I'll take it.
I say all that to say, Dons, yes, the penalty was a big thing. 7 penalties for 61 yards. Unacceptable, uncharacteristic for this team. No, it doesn't land on just the offense, but I put it under the offensive category because this offense looked inept.
There was a weird thing going on with Kevin Patula and the play calling last night, and I'm not so sure exactly what it was. I do know Nick Sirianni, there was one time where they called the timeout and the offense was coming towards the sideline to talk to the coaches, and Nick was just like, nah, go back to the field. Go back to the field. I do kind of feel like Jalen Hurts maybe did a little bit of driving when it came to offensive play calling this week. And Smitty actually said something curious after the game, saying that on that 4th down call where they ended up going to A.J. Brown to try to close out the game with 26 seconds left, and Smitty said something along the lines of, and clearly I'm drawing a blank now, but something along the lines of like, we trust 1 and 11. And if 1 and 11 said they got something, then I believe they got it. Something along those lines where, like, it seems like Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown called something different than what was called in the actual huddle. So.
That's, oof.
So I.
That better not be happen.
I'm okay with it if it is, but.
Not 4th and 6.
I thought it was curious to see, like, Smitty say something like that.
He doesn't talk a lot, Dons. He's not one to speak up. He's very, very quiet.
He is like a man.
Jalen Hurts looked off most of the night. Late reads, floaty balloon passes, poor decision making. 2 or 3 passes where I had to do the oh my god, why would he do that?
Yeah, those outside dude. those out routes that he threw like way behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Yeah, because if he didn't, a couple of those would have been a pick. I think 2 of them would have been a pick.
15 for 26. Don's likes him under 30 pass attempts. So do I. 183 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 key fumble. But
doesn't sound that bad.
I know.
Doesn't sound as bad as it looked.
I agree. Saquon Barkley, another I'm going to call it quiet. 22 carries for 60 yards, a long of 15.
He had some impactful plays, though.
Yeah, he did.
And he was a plus in the passing game. He had 101 total passing yards.
Huge
Total offense.
Biggest play on offense for us was the catch out of the backfield where he made two guys miss. Beautiful spin move, Dons. That spin looked like he was in slow motion out there, but he wasn't.
Yeah, I really don't think Saquon's lost a step. I really don't. I don't see him playing less than last year. I just think circumstances have changed a little bit. But anyway, I want to ask you this question because it's something that's been kind of crawling up my ass all day. And it really ticks me off because I had it in my vocabulary and my vernacular until I got into your house. There's been a phrase that people have been saying over and over again about the draw. Something like pathetic draw or pitiful draw or something like that, a cowardly draw. People have been hating on the draw when last week or the week before last, we ended up running a draw with Tank Bigsby and getting, 32 yards for the first down or something
Huge
like
run.
that. So it's so funny to see the swaying thought process of an NFL fan and of fans of saying oh, I can't believe you're doing a stupid play, where look at how pumped you were when we ended up running for 32. A draw's not a bad play when it's 3rd and long. A draw is a bad play when it's 3rd and long all the time.
Great point, Don.
That's the one.
Great point.
That's the one caveat that I'll say to it. It is lame as hell when you're always playing behind the sticks, and the Eagles couldn't get out of their own way, which goes back to the theme of saying the birds only beat themselves, man. How did you feel about our pre-snap penalties? One, Jordan Mailata, I know I've been getting on his case all year. But I kind of feel a little bit justified. It doesn't seem like his head's fully in the games. It doesn't seem like our offense was playing to actually win the drive. It was almost the offense plays to me like an entitled brat when it comes to, say you bring your only child to the toy store and it's the first time you say no. The brat's what do you mean? I always get the toy. And that's how our offense plays, man. Our offense plays like they deserve the touchdown and the first down on every play. And it pisses me off because when we get into that attitude, and you saw it happen after our first couple drives where we got some motion, everything stalls, everything gets delayed, and it turns into ugly offensive football. Chris, why do you think the attitude of the team is what it is on offense, and why do you think we're getting such inconsistent play from the Philadelphia Eagles?
I think it's a confidence thing, Dons. When you have all this talent on this team, all these playmakers, superstars, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, I think the attitude is hey, if we go out there and do what we're supposed to do, nobody can beat us. Now, that may not be true, Dons. We've taken a couple losses this year already. Mm-hmm. I just struggle with, I'm not going to put it all on Kevin, but I saw, and you hit the nail on the head, Dons, I saw too many draws on 3rd and long. One is okay, maybe two, but too many giving up on the drives.
Yep.
Too many. How many times did you see Smitty jog across the formation pre-snap motion? He's the only guy ever in motion. Never A.J. Brown. Never Saquon. I remember either week one or week 2, we had Saquon in shotgun in the backfield, and all of a sudden pre-snap motions out to a receiver, or he motions out to being a receiver on the end. We're not seeing any creativity from this guy. So, no, I'm not going to blame everything on Kevin. The players are to blame as well. But to answer your question, Dons, I think it's just confidence in us being you know what? Let's not overthink it. Let's just go out there and ball and do what we have to do. And maybe coaching does matter.
Coaching does matter. I think it's the Brian Johnson effect. I think they're giving A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley are getting too much respect in the building. And that is not good, my friend. You have to want people craving your approval or they will crawl all over your back. I think that we believe a little bit too much in these guys, that we're not being hard enough on them. And in the quote-unquote adult in the room on offense is not currently present, which is why we have all these inconsistencies on offense, which I hate to say it falls to Kevin Petula. It just goes to the beginning of the season. I don't think Jalen Hurts believes in Kevin Petula. I just don't. He's never said anything other than he's never done that before, which you can take that so many different ways to Sunday. It's what he said. You don't know what he really means. Whatever. But Nick Sirianni's not holding these dudes that accountable during game day. I don't think Kevin Petula has the grit, just like Brian Johnson didn't have the grit. And now I'm starting to freak out, and this is just an original thought. Is Jalen Hurts the diva? Is Jalen Hurts the issue? Is he the one causing all the rifts in the locker room? Is he not throwing to A.J. Brown because subliminally or out loudly he's disgruntled with A.J. Brown and all A.J. Brown's bitching? And maybe A.J.'s actually the good guy in this situation and the organization's just backing Jalen because he's the quarterback? I don't know. Is he becoming the danger witch number 2? Is that what happening to my boy Jalen? What do you think?
I've heard this from other people, Dons. Now, these people were also not fans of Jalen Hurts, and the thought or the idea was maybe this guy just changed. Maybe he won his Super Bowl and his head got too big and he's too calm, too cool, or maybe he's just kind of turning into Russell Wilson. And I say that because of the always has the right quote, always says the right thing, always vanilla, always, okay, guys, we can
Russell
do
could
it.
never be that. Russell's corny as hell. He never says the right thing.
He would always try to say the right thing.
And it'll come out corny. Russell Wilson's cornier than I am.
Oh, he's so
and
corny,
I'm
bro.
the whole motherfucking Mazzola.
Dons, you brought us to the offense and the struggles and where it's coming from. The biggest thing I was excited to talk to you about today is I have a hypothesis.
Ooh,
I have an idea.
Hypotenuse.
This is something that I cooked up,
Lay
thought
it on
of
the player.
during the game. And it's been growing and snowballing in my head, and I'm going to throw it to you, and
Chef
let's see where it
Boyardee's.
goes. Something is clearly off with A.J. Brown in this offense.
Yes.
So I believe at some point in the last 6 months, there was a meeting that was had. And in that meeting was Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni, Kevin Petullo, and Jalen Hurts. And the elephant in the room was A.J. Brown. And the message provided maybe by Howie to the rest of those people in that room was, hey, just want to let you guys know this is going to be AJ's last year with the team. So word to the wise, maybe try to figure it out without him because next year he's not going to be here. Dons, we're not drawing up plays for him. We're not doing screens. We're not doing slants. We're not handing him the ball.
Well, we don't know that.
Jalen Hurts is not force-feeding him the ball. We're just content and okay with 2 targets a game, 3 targets a game, 3 catches. Something seems very off to me. We're not even doing the thing that bad teams do where it's like, oh, our receiver complained. So next week, 18 targets, 13 catches, 200. We're not even doing that.
We did that once. But our offense doesn't play well when we try to force feed A.J. Brown. And maybe it's like the Randy Moss effect. Remember at the end of his time with the Patriots? Randy Moss wasn't necessarily the same receiver. And I'm not saying AJ's done. I think he still has a lot left in the tank. He's kind of proven that when he does get the ball, he does some good stuff with it. But maybe he is a step slower. Maybe it's not a physical attribute that's making him a step slower. Maybe it's a mental one. And maybe now he's not beating his double teams. And maybe now Jalen can see him not trying hard. So he's rewarding the rest of his team with better play. And maybe it's a subliminal thing where maybe Jalen's just mad at AJ and that's why he's not getting the ball. I mean, hello, if your production depends on an individual player on that side of the ball, would it be smart for you to give that guy hell every single week and talk shit in front of the media every single week about him and then go cry wolf saying, why aren't they playing? Why aren't they sharing their ball with me?
Because you run in your
I
mouth.
hate to be so hard on AJ Brown, but I'm just giving you like the not hypothetical, just the scenario, right? I guess hypothetical scenario. Like, dude, if you every day go up to the person that's giving you food and say "fuck you" and spit in their face, and they're like, "All right, cool, be kind to others, pray for you, Jesus loves you," and then you do that for 21 days straight, and on day 22 they don't give you food, and then you then turn around and go, "You're not gonna feed me?" Like, what did you expect was gonna happen? So a little bit boy cried wolf type situation, maybe not the right analogy, but I don't care. I will say, I freaking say them anyway. I freaking care. Yeah, I think AJ's doing this to himself. I think he's isolating himself from his teammates, and I think his little sad boy act, which could be very real, and it's very sad. Being sad is very sad. Is honestly just hurting him more than anybody else. Because Super Bowl or not, we're 7-2.
Yep. But I don't think we can win a Super Bowl without A.J. Brown.
Why?
So we don't have the weapons.
What
We
do
don't
you
have enough
mean?
on offense.
See, I
We need
disagree
him.
with you.
Well, I want to get back to my hypothesis because that was the big thing I wanted to talk to you about,
Oh,
Don.
I'm sorry. I thought we were
That's
talking
okay. You took us in a different direction. That's why I love you sometimes. So,
and hate me.
give me your thoughts on the meeting. Is there any possible way that this is something that could have happened? Is it in any way being entertained, or is this just something else, Dons? We're just not on the same page. We can't figure out how to get him the ball. 3 targets is 3 targets. This defense, pass defense, is not great. Why are we not feeding this guy week after week after week?
I can't poo-poo it. I definitely think there's a possibility to it. But you also have to remember, like, what does A.J. Brown do? He runs slants well, and he catches the ball over the top well. Does he run comebacks routes well?
How dare you, Michael Thomas, A.J. Brown?
Is it not true, though? A.J. Brown is not an elite route runner, is he?
Pretty damn
Not
close,
that I've
Dons.
seen.
Well, I guess like
not
he's
that I've
not
seen.
he's not
an elite route runner.
He's not a tactician like a Julio Jones. I'm even going to say Jerry Jeudy because I love Jerry Jeudy. A Chad Johnson. Not a quick feet in and out of his breaks.
No.
His explosiveness, his
Hold on
ability
a
to
second.
stop.
Hold on a second. You said Jerry Jeudy?
Folks, just look up Jerry Judy's routes.
The
Don't look
only
who throws
Judy
him
that
the ball.
got moves is the bitch from the Jetsons, bro.
No.
Get Jerry Judy
Judge
the
Judy.
hell out of
Judge
AJ Brown's category. Okay, move on. Sorry.
So, AJ is not a technician route wise, but I don't know if it's because he's lost. It's possible, Dons.
He's not ass at it, but he's not elite at running routes.
No,
He's elite at catching the ball in stride and keeping his momentum going because he's a freaking absolute savage beast. And there's nothing wrong with being an absolute savage beast.
There you go. You brought up the name Randy Moss earlier. Would you say Randy Moss is an elite route runner?
No,
Because I wouldn't.
He
Just
wouldn't. But AJ's the same type of receiver that Randy Moss is.
I want
Except
the ball.
Moss gets the high point way better than AJ does.
Yeah, but AJ is just strong, man. He's strong.
But strong has an expiration date. Just like the
Yeah.
milk in my fridge, it's a couple
Damn.
days past due.
I wanted to throw the hypothesis out there, Dons, about AJ. I guess I'm grasping at straws at this point because we have an elite superstar. Yes, he was reading the book last year. We had issues. Something seems off and different about this year.
Yeah, there's a lot that's often different about this year. I do think it's possible that AJ asked for a trade and Howie's like, nah, son, not this year, but next year, if you could find a good trading partner, I'll do it.
I am convinced 100% that he's already asked for a trade numerous times.
Yeah, me too.
And they were like, yeah, okay, well, we're going to do what's best for the Eagles, so go back to work. Yeah. Sorry. But
Yeah.
one last thing, Dons, on this game. I put it as 24-hour thoughts,
Yep.
like 24 hours from the game. How do you feel after? You let it kind of marinate. You have your emotional thoughts after 24 hours. Then you get some time to stew. You sleep it over. You go to work. You digest. What are you feeling 24 hours later about this game?
What I'm feeling 24 hours later about this game is how I take such good, eloquent notes and then never use them on the pod. That's what I'm thinking about this game.
on,
What I feel
Dons.
about this is that we're 7-2. We're in the lead in the NFC. We beat a very good Green Bay Packers team. right, in the
Air
NFC.
quotes.
We now have a game up on like Green Bay, Tampa. I'm going to say the Cowboys because the Cowboys suck. Rams, and who else? Somebody else. Doesn't matter. We are now, like, as far as the NFC East, forget about it.
Forget
about it. If we lose the NFC East, then everybody deserves to be traded.
Or fired.
Yeah. We're in contention now for having a bye week, which we obviously win after our buys all the time. I feel really good about this. I thought this game was a super sexy defensive game. I don't care that it wasn't an offensive shootout or anything like that. I feel good about the Birds. You?
I think when we go up against teams, Dons, that can put up points and can score, we could be in for some trouble. I mentioned
Green
the
Bay
Rams.
can score.
I mentioned the Rams, or next week's opponent, the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm. Remember when we beat the Rams, though?
Yeah, but I also remember the first half of that game where I'm of the belief where once a team gets up by a certain amount, subconsciously you just take your foot off the gas. You can't not do it.
Doesn't
it happens
matter.
all the time in basketball. You see the 20-point swings in the NBA.
Didn't happen in the NFC's championship game when we absolutely demolished the Commanders.
That was a rookie quarterback on the road. This is Matthew Stafford, who last 4 games, I think it's 20 touchdowns, no interceptions. Coincidentally, Dons, Jim McMahon, Super Bowl winning quarterback for the 1985 Chicago Bears. These were his stats for the entire season. 13 games, 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions in 1985, 13 games. Matthew Stafford just threw 20 touchdowns in 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm with you.
Oh, my God.
Can I tell you something?
What?
Can I tell the people something?
Tell them.
Defense wins
Championships.
And that wraps up this Just In With Dons.
That was good, Dons. That was good, dude. I thought you had one prepared, and he has a list, actually. I'm sure we'll get to those during the playoffs and later in the season. But are you ready to talk about Lions at Eagles Sunday, 8:20?
I guess.
Is it too soon, Dons? Is it too soon?
Yes, it might be too soon.
I know.
Can we just do
gotta,
another pod? Can we do this quick?
We could do another pod.
Yeah. Can we do that?
Sure.
Yeah?
I'm already prepared, so we could do it anytime, dude.
All right.
I'm ready.
That's great. All right. Well, I love you. Thank you, everybody.
Go Birds.
For tuning in. This is the One of 32 podcast. Your boy Dons signing off. Christopher, before we go,
I'm just tipping my cap to the
just in
fans.
case we don't do another pod, which I want to do another pod.
We will.
What do you got? Who do you got next week?
Eagles 27, Lions 20.
Ooh, that's
about
funny
you,
because
Donzie?
I have Eagles 31, Lions 10.
Another blowout?
Oh my!
31. If we can hold the Lions to 10 points, Dons, I'm back in on the defense.
Yo, please like, subscribe, leave a little comment thingy on YouTube, on Spotify for the algorithm. We love you very much. We have been getting record numbers for us, so thank you everybody who's listening, watching, supporting. Even if it's just flicking on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, I don't care. Thank you so much for giving us a minute of your day. We love you. Eagles are 7-2. We're in command to make another playoff run. And go Birds. Peace out.
Go Birds, go Birds, go